Alright, so today we're going to be looking at the Fantech Aria XD7, so stick around to see why I think this is the best egg-shaped mouse at the moment. Man, these mouse companies are really trying to differentiate themselves with pricing and the extras that they put in the box. The Aria XD7 comes in at $69 and it comes with a set of free Tiger Arc V1 skates. Now these mouse feet are stupid fast. I actually had to change out my mouse pad to something a little bit slower like the Xtrfy GPZ1 just to tame these bad boys. It's like they dipped them in butter before putting them into the package. You've been warned. Actually, I had to lower my sensitivity because of these mouse feet. They've also included some mouse grips into the box as well for the mouse 1 and 2 and for the sides if you find the coating too slippery or if you just want some more added control. Luckily, the coating on this mouse is really good. It definitely feels higher end and doesn't get slippery when the gameplay and your hands start heating up. Also included in the box is a paracord cable for when you need to charge the mouse, as well as the wireless dongle. Up top on the mouse, you'll find the DPI indicator with different colors for each setting. The DPI button is on the bottom of the mouse, so there is no programmable button up top. If you're somebody that relies on that in-game, keep that in mind. Also on the bottom, they have a Bluetooth connect button, as well as the DPI button and the slider to change between the different modes. Now, if you do want to save battery, you can go into the Bluetooth mode and just connect it to your computer straight. If you use the 2.4 gigahertz mode, you'll get about 40 hours, which I'm not too excited about. I wish this was 70 at least. You guys know I've been pushing for 100. Seems like we're moving backwards with this release, but I'm sure they did that to get the weight of this mouse down, it seems. Now the back shell is removable and the Aria comes with two different back shells, one with holes and one without. Both are comfortable, but there is only about a 1 gram difference between the two, so unless you're really a weight whore, you really won't feel much of a difference, and I'd much rather have the fully enclosed shell. Overall, the weight is pretty well balanced and the Aria feels solidly built. One other thing to know for you Orochi users is that there is no removable battery like on the Orochi, and I actually quite like this more because it means you don't have to continuously worry about changing out batteries. You can just charge it via the USB-C cable. Now the mouse 1 and 2 are the Kale 8.0 GM switches and they are well implemented. Barely any pre-travel and a slightly cushioned bottom out. The mouse 1 and 2 work very nicely with the shell as the buttons are pretty consistent up and down the mouse. So if you're a person that likes to do that like jitter clicking thing, this mouse is pretty solid. Now the side buttons feel a little cheap to me on an otherwise premium feeling mouse. They are loose feeling and wobbly when pressed in from side to side. The tactility is good though. You can actually actuate them by pressing in the sides. So I would like to see this improved on. Now the scroll is not bad. It has some ridges similar to the G Pro wireless with decent tactility. Let's drop a sound test so you guys can hear what the Aria XD7 sounds like. Oh yeah. So why do I say this is the best egg-shaped mouse out right now? What differentiates it from the fan favorite, the Orochi V2? For me, the shapes and design are very similar, so it's not that. It has to do more with the sensor placement. I could never really aim well with the Orochi V2 because the sensor was just so high up on the mouse. I love that this one is smack dab in the middle of the mouse. This was a huge point against the Orochi V2, and Fantech has stepped in and fixed it before Razer could release the V3. And because of that, it's going to be much easier to transition to this mouse and get used to it over the Orochi V2. So if you love the Orochi V2, you're going to love this mouse to say the least, at least shape-wise. Going back to the shape of the mouse, it has that stout, short look to it with the concave side on the left side and the convex side on the right side, so it's not completely ambidextrous, but ambidextrous with a twist. Now the hump in the middle makes it possible to palm grip this mouse, but your fingers are most likely going to hang over the edge unless you have really small hands. Now this small butt diamond shape fits nicely into the back of your hand for claw grip, which I think is the best grip for this mouse. I've never found these egg shapes to be that great for fingertip grip though, although you can do it. Overall, I'm digging the shape of the mouse, the feel of the mouse in the hand, so I gotta give it to them. They did a good job. Now the software will allow you to change the DPI steps, the lift off distance, the debouncing, and so on and so forth, all the usual suspect. The sensor is the 3395 sensor. It has been solid. They actually released a firmware update for the mouse to fix the 1 pixel of jitter and 1 millisecond of motion delay. It also comes with the Pixar motion sync as well, so you're getting the top of the line here with the 3395 sensor. Now a funny story, when I use this mouse, it has nothing to do with the review, but I thought the base DPI was 400 DPI, but it was actually 800. It was the first time I had seen that, and actually I was actually using 1600 DPI on stream without knowing it, so essentially I was doubling my sensitivity. So I just gotta throw away that whole stream. But once I did get my settings in order, the mouse performed very nicely, great in the hand, nice shape for claw grip. I definitely enjoyed my time with the mouse, and if you're a fan of this edge shape, if you're a fan of the Orochi V2, I definitely think that this is an upgrade. All right, so it's time again for the BT rating system, where I rank the mouse out of 10 to give you an idea of how good it is. For the Fantech Aria XD7, I'm gonna give this an 8.4 out of 10. All right, it has a few things I need to work on. It's pretty solid. Definitely, if I was gonna use an egg mouse, this would be the one that I would choose and the one that I would go with. So yeah, if you're an egg fan, look no further. All right, guys, it has been your boy BT. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe on this video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.